This is a recorded version of our pre-market prep, our daily prep, no, for this trading session, March 7. This March 7, Thursday ngayon sa Philippines, and yun. I think we can start na, no, on our daily prep. So in our daily prep, as always, ang main goal is to become prepared for the upcoming trading session, and ayun, to look at the market, no, from a big picture perspective, and from a bottom up perspective. So titingnan din natin yung market internals, no, to gauge if healthy ba yung ginagawa ng market recently, and as well as to look at the market dito sa pre-market session natin. So right now, 8:21 p.m. in the Philippines, no, Philippine time, and around 2 hours before market open. So, yun, usual routine natin to, non-negotiable, na we are looking at the pre-market session to give us an idea if ano ba yung magiging bias natin for the first half of the trading session. And at the same time uh to gauge din, no, as swing traders, if you're a swing trader din, ano ba dapat maging natin, inclination natin towards our open positions. Dapat bang bantayan natin yung stops natin, or should we add on our positions? Should we do a risk on in our portfolio, or do we become aggressive sa portfolio natin? So ayun, so let's get started with the daily performance, no, on yesterday's trading session. Boss Gerald, rinig ba ako? Rinig? No, di ba ako napuputol?
Okay. Okay na. Kanina nagkakaproblema, hindi ko alam kung sa akin ba. Kaya na-reset ko eh. Reset ko yung Discord.
Okay.
Okay na.
Yun, so let's get started on our daily prep, no? Our daily pre-market prep. So starting with our daily market summary, no? Initially dito sa ano ba yung nangyari sa heat map on yesterday's trading session. So actually, based on our stock heat map, so yung laki niyan is based on the volume and price, so value traded, and yung performance, no, for yesterday's trading session, yung trading session kanina. So NVDA is one of the highest actively traded, no, same with AMD SMCI, yung mga usual semiconductor names natin, with SMCI up 3.10%, and AMD 2.68%, and NVIDIA 3.18%. So, another highlight din, no, in our tech sector is PLTR, MSTR for our crypto-related names. Crowd, so CrowdStrike, earnings gapper siya. So, amazingly, malakas yung performance na, no, in terms of earnings. So, maganda yung naging market reaction for CrowdStrike. But ayun, end of day parang nagkaroon din ng sell-off, no? So we shall see if ano ba yung gagawin ng market participants with CrowdStrike. So far, one of the names na near all-time high or broke above the all-time high yesterday. So same with MSTR, one of the highlights for yesterday's trading session is Coinbase. So an IPO name, recently nag-IPO siya around 3 years ago. So qualified sa IPO place natin, no? So yun, up siya ng 10% this trading session, or yung trading session kanina. So another highlight for yesterday's trading session is Dexcom. So Dexcom is a medtech or medical technology name. So ang main products niya is involving mga insulin monitors, parang ganun. So up siya ng 9.8% kanina. So ano ba yung ano ba to? Nag-earnings ba to? Double check natin. So, DXCM. So, hindi siya nag-earnings. So, most likely, an FDA approval or something na development. Ayun, FDA approval yesterday. So, Dexcom Stelo opens continuous glucose monitoring, blah, blah, blah. So, ano siya? Episodic pivot na play. So, looking at the big picture, okay din naman for Dexcom. Mukhang nag-pull back sa isang key moving average. So later on, we will drill down on these names. balik muna tayo dito sa big picture, no? Looking at the performance heat map on yesterday's trading session. One of the top decliners yesterday is Tesla and Morgan Stanley, no? So high value traded and one of the main decliners on yesterday's trading session. Same with PDD, so a China-related name, and etong FL, Foot Locker. So ano naman siya, broadline retail name. So Foot Locker is, I think, a shoe store, di ba? Parang gano'n. So medyo hindi maganda yung naging, ano niya, hindi naging maganda yung reaction ng market yesterday on Foot Locker's earnings. So, ayun no, parang 2 days ago, dinidiscuss din natin yung upcoming earnings ni Foot Locker. One of the significant earnings releases this trading week for retail names. Yun. So, that's our heat map on yesterday's trading session. So, looking at the heat map nung afternoon session, nung second half of the trading session. So, looking at our stock heat map, no? So, a sea of red. A sea of red. So, we experienced a lot of selling nung second half of the trading session. So, most likely dahil din sa I think nagkaroon ng ng 'di ba yesterday is Fed Chair Powell's testimony. Baka napagtantuhan nila na medyo hawkish or whatever. Pero bottom line, ended at a positive naman yung market. So yun naman yung importante. Yung closing prices ng lahat ng names and yung overall performance yesterday. So drilling down to our main indices. So looking at our main indices. So we have good price action for our SPY, no? Basically, the SPY pulled back to the 20-day SMA. So hindi man perfectly but halos nandito lang din tulad nung nangyari nung Feb 1. So parang nagkaroon ng 2-day pullback and then market resumed its momentum and then created pause days and another momentum upward. So I think no for our SPY, pre-market open looking good, up 0.33%, 1.67 points, no? So at the same time looking at our RSI. So we have this RSI line na serving as your support trend line, no? As long as this support trend line holds for our RSI, I think okay pa naman yung SPY. One of the leading signals, no, for our for a possible downturn, no, if RSI closes below this trend line support. So 'di ba natin 'yan, leading signal natin 'yan. So tinutumbok niya yung mga lower, yung mga higher lows ng uptrending channel na to. So we can plot an uptrending channel or whatever. Importante, kita natin yung context behind the RSI, which is a better way to gauge if sino ba mas malakas, buyers ba or seller. Since your RSI or this momentum oscillator is based on the averages, di ba? Average advances and declines or gains and losses or gains and losses of the trading day. So closing prices yung basis niya and based on averages. Unlike yung price alone, no? Maganda namang gauge din yun, but sometimes you have to take consider of the averages. So that's our SPY looking good. Validating this pullback to the 20-day or 20-day SMA. So, yun for our Qs, same thing. Nag-pullback lang ng onte sa 20-day SMA, sa 20-day SMA line natin. And right now, parang nag-recover na siya dito sa candle nung Tuesday, no? So, ang kailangan na lang natin makita is a recovery above 440 or much better if it breaks above 450, 446 area, which is this swing high. So actually 2 days ago, medyo bad sign yung nakikita natin for our Qs, for our Nasdaq 100, since this trading range is actually critical, no? Itong resistance area na yan na dapat mag-support. So nung Tuesday, Nag-break below siya dyan. So, looks like a bull trap, diba? Mukha siyang bull trap. Yun lang, no? Parang hindi tayo naka-experience ng, thankfully, hindi tayo naka-experience ng follow-through selling. Hindi siya nag-close below 20-day SMA and no follow-through selling happened for our Qs yesterday. So right now, pre-market, our Qs is up 0.5%, 0.54% pala, 2.37 points up this pre-market session. So looking at our extended hours, so looks like a healthy price movement, no, for our Qs. So you have this somewhat bull trap, no? Mukhang bull trap, breakout, then nag-revert back, but nag-recover above this critical line, yung 438 level natin, or 440. Nag-recover above that, nag-retest, and then right now, trying to re-break this 440 area. So let's say your MA20 at the hourly, no, ETH, extended trading hours, crosses above MA20, that's gonna be good for our Qs. So that's a sign or a signal, an early leading signal for another market rally for our Qs. For the small caps, so looking at the small caps, yesterday good market close din actually, no. So also looks like a bull trap na in which nag-breakout, nagkaroon ng rejection, nag-break below that resistance area, then right now recovering above it. So right now, our small caps is opening, no, above this resistance area. So that's good for our small caps, no. So kumbaga, meron ka pa ding signs of strength na nakikita. Yun. So actually IWM is transitioning to an early stage markup phase. So ito yung accumulation base mo. This is your Wyckoff spring, your bear trap sa lows. Then right now, created the coil and transitioning to an early stage markup. So more upside for our small caps. For the Midcaps benchmark, our MDY, no? So this is an ETF, 'di ba? So also looks like transitioning or actually transitioned na, no, to an early stage markup phase. Yung MDY natin, our Midcaps benchmark. So this is your accumulation phase, this is your accumulation trading range. You have your higher lows, then broke above this resistance area, then retested, created the base, nag-breakout sa base na yan and trending upward for many days na, no? For around 2 weeks na rin halos nag-rally yung Midcaps natin. And actually, broke above this significant all-time high level, previous all-time high level, which is 532 or 533 na lang, no? So right now, ang kailangan niyang ma-hold yan. Kailangan niyang ma-hold tong area na to. Kahit gawin nating box range, sabihin nating 434 hanggang 430. So that should serve as your current support area. So treat it as a range. Di porket mag-close yan below 534, ano na siya, pangit na siya, no? But so far right now, our MDY is actually showing outperformance versus other main indices like the Qs, the SPY, and IWM. So MDY is actually tingin ko buhat ng SMCI, etong MDY. Yun. So that's our midcaps. So far based on our main indices, everything looks healthy, no? Parang ang pinapakita sa atin ng main indices natin is more upside or a resumption of momentum or bullish momentum. Yun. So no signs of selling or strong distribution. Actually, na-review na natin yan for the past few days na nung nagde-distribute yung market, are we seeing an all-out distribution nung Monday, Tuesday? Nung nagpe-prep tayo, nakikita naman natin, based on market internals, everything is looking okay. Di naman lahat nagkakaroon ng intense selling, no? So in line with that, let's look at the market internals, no? So open up ko lang yung ating focus yung ating dashboard. Okay, so let's look at our market dashboard. Let's look at the market internals. So lagay ko lang yung password. Lagay ko muna sa kabilang kasi ma-record yan. Okay, so let's look at the market dashboard. So trading session yesterday. So let's look at the primary breadth or primary internals natin, no? So advanced decline data, so printed the green, halos a net advanced decline data of 1,206. So actually for every 3 advancers, you have 2 decliners. So that's a good sign, no, for the market yesterday. So that's a healthy sign, no, na nag-recover talaga yung market. Next is the volume spike data. So yesterday, lahat ng stocks na print ng green candle and nag-print din with a volume breakout, mas madami versus the decliners na may volume spike din. So net of 417 names. So that's a sign of accelerating bullishness, no, or accelerating momentum. So same with the intraday momentum natin, one of our benchmarks in our primary breadth market internals monitor. So yesterday, yung mga names na up more than 5% yesterday is 418 versus down more than 5% yesterday na around 280. So printed the green, mas mataas yung dami or mas madaming names na up more than 5% yesterday. So that's good, no? That's good. So same with the 20-day new high, new low data. So yesterday, names na or quantity of names na nagprint ng new 20-day high are 697 names versus quantity of names printing new 20-day lows are only 440. So may neto ka na 257. So that's good. That's good. So for our 52-week high data, 138 yung neto niyan. So mas madaming names na nagprint ng new 52-week high. So ano ba yung pinapakita sa atin dito? Medyo weird lang yung algorithm recently, kaya naka-algo repair mode tayo. Ayusin ko yan. I think may naiba dun sa source sheet ko dahil dun sa sa Google App Script na issues. Kasi multiple source sheet yung ginagamit na ito. But ayun, basically including secondary bread monitors, no, also printing greens on net 50-day new high, new low data. And eto, yung quantity of names above quantity of names above and below 20-day SMA. Mas madaming names pa din na above their 20-day SMA. So for the weekly momentum, ganun din. So mas madaming names na up more than 10% this trading week. So that's a good sign, no, that the market is showing bullishness and momentum from a top-down perspective and from a bottom-up perspective. Diba? So, from the main indices, papunta dito sa market internals natin. So, we are seeing some signs of recovery. No? So, that's our market breadth. Looking at our stock heat map, this pre-market change. So far, balik natin to 0.5x, no? 0.5. So, itong stock heat map natin is looking at the S&P 500 index, excluding Nasdaq, no? So, isa-isay natin. If include kasi natin yung all US companies, hindi niya nare-read eh. Ayun, okay na pala. So, if we're gonna look at all US companies this pre-market, no? So, based on value traded na lang din, no? Wait lang natin to. Yan. So, value traded. Ayokong i-base sa market cap eh. medyo di siya akma sa akin. Mas gusto ko nakikita ko yung value traded. So that I can see yung mga names na talagang may interest yung market. So pre-market for NVDA is up 1.79%, Avgo up 1.85%. I think Avgo is releasing its earnings today, no? Double check natin. So actually later post-market. So medyo critical ano din to, no? Earnings release under semicon name or semiconductor market. So Avgo. So AMD is up 0.88% this pre-market, opening or gapping up ata right now, no? Double check natin. So meron akong AMD actually, and nagta-trend shop na ako onti-onti. So for AMD, ayun, actually gapping up. Di pala. Sorry. So ano lang, opening above the previous candle close. So 212.8 yung pre-market price na. So up siya ng 1.03%. So maganda rin yung ano niya, no, yung pre-market or yung extended trading hours candles na ginagawa niya. Looks like a continuation pattern, that is a tradable setup. Pwede ka mag-scale in dyan. Yun, anyway, balik tayo dito. Nag-jump to naman ako. So AMD is up, NVIDIA is up, halos lahat ng semiconductor related names is up this pre-market session. So for all in all, lahat ng names nakikita natin, karamihan is on a green. Yung mga high value traded names are at a green. Ang pinaka olats lang natin na high value traded name is Tesla, that is down negative 2.24% this pre-market session. So Dexcom is up again 1.71% this pre-market session. Coinbase 1.62%. Berkshire halos unchanged, no trades yet this pre-market session. So far, based on what we are seeing dito sa stock heatmap natin, this pre-market session, I think everything is doing good, or karamihan is doing good. Di ko pa pala na 0.5x. So far, ang pinapakita sa atin is some bullishness, no? So we're expecting some bullish action this first half of the trading session. Yun. So any risk events ba today? I think pinaka risk event today is yung yung continuation ng testimony ni Chair Powell or ni J. Powell today. So later yun, alas 11. Looking at our bread screener, so excluding microcaps, so we're gonna look at the quantity or ratio ng advancers and decliners this pre-market session. So looking at the pre-market change na up this pre-market session, 497 names versus down this pre-market session, halos 261 names. So halos, kumbaga, kung di-divide mo siya, may 2:1 ratio ka ng advancers and decliners this pre-market session. So that's the bottom line. So let's look at the top gainers this pre-market session. So far, our gainers or top gainers this pre-market session, eto, OneSpan, small cap yan, Honest Company, also a small cap. Our mid cap, no, is eto, tong Rent to Kill Initial PLC. Parang masamang pangalan yun ah. Tignan nga natin to. RTO. Rent to Kill. Ano? Pesticide siguro to na company. Nako, yun, tama ba? Pest-borne disease. Yun, galing na mismo sa name, no? Pero, ayun, since it's a mid-cap name and hindi attractive yung market structure pa niya, nag-gap up siya. We wait for a PED or post-earnings drift for this name. So that's the idea, no? So nice to know that this is gapping up. Most likely dahil sa earnings release niya. Maganda rin yung earnings, yung revenues niya, no? Significant enough. Isipin mo, market cap niya 13 or 14 billion. Revenues niya is at around 4 billion, no? Yun, anyway, later on, i-ano natin yan. So far, ito yung mga top gainers natin, top 3 market gainers natin for this trading session. So, hanapan natin ng mga interesting names. So, halos 5% up. Start tayo with 5% up. So, ATI, a biotech name or health tech name. PaySafe, commercial services, also small cap. Hanap tayo ng medyo significant na market cap. So, halos lahat small caps and mid caps, small caps. So, Rent2Kill and Avangrid na yung medyo significant enough yung market cap. So, let's look at AGR, one of the top gainers this pre-market session. So, medyo okay yung market structure nito So, let's look at the big picture. So, electric utilities name, 'di ba? So, you have this downtrend line about to break the downtrend line, itong Avangrid. So, gapping up this pre-market session, $36. So, ano bang meron today? Double check natin. Actually, tapos na yung earnings niya. Na-release na. Let's look at the 2.5 billion bill to take full ownership of Avangrid. Iberdrola. So, I think big electric utilities company din tong Iberdrola. So, Spanish electric utility, blah, blah, blah. So, ano siya? Acquisition catalyst. So, we shall see, no? Lagay ko din siya sa, sa stock list ko or focus list. So, baka may play to. Baka may play to sooner or later. So, downtrend line breakout. So, maybe, ang tingin ko for this name, gapper or gap, then coil. Gap and coil. Yun yung bias ko for this name. So far, right now, hindi ko muna habulin to. Itong Avangrid. So, Vital Farms, I think an agri name, small cap din, Brookdale, blah, blah, blah. So, nothing really significant, no? Yung tipong Avgo, yung tipong AMD, Micron Technology. Ito, significant name to in our semicon name or semicon group. So, up siya, pre-market 3.76%. So, let's look at MU. So, MU I think is at an all-time high, no? Hindi pala. So, about to break all-time high, tong MU. Ano ba? So, actually, meron siyang upcoming risk event, which is MU's earnings release this March 20. 'Di ba? So ano to? Reaccumulation structure to, 'di ba? Reaccumulation structure. Actually, hindi pa natin alam if reaccumulation 'yan. So we shall see. So right now, parang pricing in of the earnings pre-earning swing play 'yung nangyari with MU na hindi lang natin nakita to, no? Gerald, no? And others. So, sino ba na nanonood right now? Double check ko So, nandito si Boss Ran. So, this is a pre-earning swing play actually, no? A pre-earning swing play is a pullback towards a key moving average halos 1 month or 3 weeks before earnings, no? So, tong MU natin, nag-pullback sa MA100, nag-establish ng downtrend line or channel, nag-breakout, then right now, strong momentum toward all-time high level. So, $100, no? Parang testing the century mark round number tong MU. So, another key level yun na dapat nating tignan for MU. So far, MU is on a strong market group. So, dapat hindi mawala din sa watchlist natin tong MU. So once na mag-breakout yan sa 100 and masustain niya yung 100, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good for MU. So that is a tradable setup for MU. So tingin ko once it breaks above 100 and magkaroon ng significant enough coil, tipong 1 to 2 week coil na pwede mong i-trade, it is a no-brainer trade, no, in this name for MU. So that's MU, one of our pre-market gainers this trading session. So far, di na natin muna tignan yung iba, no? Yun lang yung nakikita natin. So let's look at the top decliners, 'di ba? Let's look at the top decliners. So far, iyan na natin, ascend natin. So VSCO, one of the top decliners. So retail name din ulit, no? Parang Foot Locker, but ano siya? Victoria's Secret yan eh. Lingerie, tama ba? Or mga ano, cosmetics, ganun. So far, right now, di nagustuhan ng market yung revenue reports niya. Di rin nagustuhan ng market yung EPS report niya or earnings mismo. Kaya nag-gap down right now ng halos 30% this pre-market. Itong VSCO. 'Di ba? So actually, 'di ba maganda yung setup ni VSCO eh. Maganda yung setup ni VSCO na tipong pwedeng mag-downtrend line breakout. So if ikaw yung tipong US market trader na hindi aware on the risks or the risks of earnings releases, baka tinik mo yung trade na yan and then right now suffering the consequence of this gap down, no? So sa atin, in our community, you don't hold into earnings. One of the golden rules natin or non-negotiable rules natin in swing trading, 'di ba? We play out the pre-earnings swing play and we play after the earnings release. Yung post-earnings drift play. So yun yung ano natin, diskarte natin for in our community. So that's VSCO, one of the top decliners this trading session. So far, to Bilibili, China name, down 6%. I think also earnings release. So Billy, okay, ano siya? Earnings release right now. Okay, higher revenues, lower EPS. Kahit na maganda yung report, wala pangit talaga eh. Di trip ng market eh. So far, Bilibili looks like a big picture accumulation, 'di ba? Still has potential pero I think China name to eh. Tama ba? O yun, Shanghai, China. So China name, medyo allergic yung market dyan recently, no? So Bilibili, one of the top decliners this pre-market session. Yun. So let's look at so far, tapos na tayo dun sa main indices, tapos na rin tayo sa stock heatmaps natin, and yung market breadth natin, market breadth monitor. So next step is looking at our macro benchmarks, 'di ba? So ano ba yung nagfu-fuel sa market recovery recently? So actually, if you're gonna look at the DXY, you have your DXY breaking below the 50-day SMA. Etong blue line natin. So that's good for risk assets, for equities, for crypto. 'Di ba? A declining dollar is basically improving financial conditions or nag-ease yung financial conditions when the dollar is declining. So it serves as a tailwind for equities, 'di ba, and crypto. So isa yan sa mga reasons bakit nag-recover din yung market. So this is a risk on signal, no, basically for our DXY. Looking at our 10-year yields, so same thing, also declining, breaking below this inside bar structure. So itong inside bar since Feb 13, Feb 14, medyo critical point yan or critical level yan since build up structure siya near a key resistance level which is 4.32. So yung time na yan, medyo cautious yung market na if ever, lang mag-breakout yan to 4.4. Baka dun mag-crash yung not di naman crash pero magkakaroon ng deep pullback yung market, no? If that happens. If the US 10-year yields, yung TNX natin, mag-rally up and test a 4.9 level. No, so that's bad for risk assets. So far right now, since it's breaking below this inside bar structure, it's serving as a risk on signal for equities. So that's our US 10-year yields. So kahapon, 'di ba? Nag-talk si Chair Powell, 'di ba? Nag-talk siya na ano daw, tawag dito. Sabi niya, kulang pa daw yung data para mag-cut ng rates. Ginawa ng market, ginawa ng bond market, tingin nila, ulul, magka-cut ka na sooner or later. Based din actually sa past week data 'di ba? Kung titingnan mo yung data last week, medyo dovish talaga yung core PCE natin, annualized is still on a downtrend, approaching your 2% target. Approaching your 2% target ng Fed, 'di ba? So 2% yung target, nasa 2.85% na annualize yung core PCE. So yung core PCE is the most preferred inflation benchmark ni Fed. So personal income, personal spending, neutral data, no? Slightly dovish. ISM manufacturing, PMI also dovish. Lower than consensus, lower than previous month. So sign of slowdown. ISM services PMI, isa ding significant news or significant data na nirelease nung Tuesday. Also down versus the previous month and slightly lower than the consensus. So since US is a services-based economy and you have a declining services PMI for 3 months straight, halos 3 months nang declining yung services PMI mo. So that's bad for the US economy. Kumbaga, lumalabas na may slowdown ka talaga in the economy. So JOLTS, job openings, yun. So same thing, no? Medyo dovish data din. And you have a downtrend in your job openings. So actually, in job openings lang yan Hindi naman yan tipong unemployment na in effect talaga. Kumbaga, gauge lang yan ng dami ng tao or yung dami ng job openings na binibigay ng mga employers. So far, since it's on a decline, kumbaga, parang main interpretation dyan is yung mga employers mo, yung mga businesses mo, corporations mo, is doing a hiring freeze or slowing down their hiring process. So that's the main idea or interpretation. So actually, this trading week, we have another risk event or key economic data release, which is yung NFP and unemployment rate. So on Friday, medyo expect slight volatility. Actually, dapat tingin ko second half of the trading session baka may sell-off time makita Hindi natin alam. Pero based on the job openings, parang in-anticipate na ng market na dovish din tong dalawa. Tong NFP and unemployment rate. We can also see it in the 10-year yields. 'Di ba? Usually nauuna naman yan if hawkish data, most likely magka-rally na yan. Right now, nagde-decline na siya So, tingin ko may mga bulong na yan. Yung bond market natin. So far, that's our macro benchmarks. May hindi pa tayo na-discuss actually, which is our Fed liquidity benchmark. So, still on a downtick this trading week. No? So, for our Fed liquidity benchmark, which is our leading signal for a market rally. So, last week, we ended at an uptick. So we're expecting a market rally or a slight recovery this week or maybe for the next coming week even. So as long as hindi naman siya nagko-close below 6.4 trillion etong Fed liquidity natin, we are still good based on this information, based on the chart itself. So iti-TA din natin yan, technical analysis. So far, ito yung recent swing low. So ang ayaw nating makita is mag-revert back siya dito sa downtrend line na yan. And ang ayaw nating makita is a break below this for 6.4 trillion level. So syempre, what we want is a break above 6.5 trillion. So actually, etong uptick ng Fed liquidity natin, since we experienced a Fed liquidity injection of around I think 800 billion last trading week. So hindi pala, 68 billion lang pala. So sabihin natin 70 billion last trading week. Nagkaroon siya ng spillover I think sa gold. So tingin ko doon napunta yung perang yun. And possibly din sa bond market, no? So ayun. So basically the precious metal market is quite bullish, no? Right now. So gold is at an all-time high. Kanina may tanong si Gerald, yung gold ba is bad or yung etong pag-angat ng gold masama ba siya for our equities? Sagot ko sa kanya, actually mixed signal yan. Pwedeng recessionary signal siya na yung tipong lahat ng pera or karamihan ng pera is dumadaloy papunta sa safe haven asset, which is one, etong gold, no? And ano pa ba? Yun, same with the bonds. So 'di ba yung bonds, if bonds are rising, yields are declining. So may mga buyers ka na rin, no, sa bond market na baka yung pera nila is pumupunta talaga doon since tingin nila is possible recession yung ma-experience ng US. We don't know, 'di ba? Pwede rin dahil sa increased liquidity sa financial markets natin kaya nag-rally yan. So that's bullish, no? Bullish signal siya short term for equities kasi syempre you have liquidity injections 'di ba? And you have a rising gold spot prices. So halos neutral yung interpretation natin, no, with gold. So since gold is at an all-time high, you can look at GLD, no? So Spider Gold Trust, pwedeng yan mismo i-trade mo. You wait for a coil, then that's your tradable setup, no? So you can trade gold or GLD, no? In IBKR or even trade zero, pwede. As long as approved ka for complex leveraged products and ETFs. So gold, GLD, looking at our dashboard, hanapin natin yung GLD, no? So for gold miners, tignan natin yung names under that market group. So far medyo may naglo-load pa yung natin, dashboard. Di pa nag-appear yung name. So pwede nating puntahan dito. So GDX, etfdb.com. So let's look at the names. Actually, na-spot ko na yan. Halos wala namang significant setups, no, for NEM, for gold, for AEM. So tingnan natin, no, NEM. So big picture medyo downtrend talaga. So not a tradable setup, no, for NEM. Pwede Wyckoff Spring yung setup mo for NEM. This is a possible accumulation structure, no? So this is your accumulation structure. So let's say ito yung resistance area mo. 'Di ba? This is your perceived support area and right now producing a Wyckoff Spring. So once it recovers above 36 and mag-coil before this downtrend line breakout, that's a tradable setup for NIM. So may downtrend line ka pa serving as your resistance. And you have your MA100 serving as resistance as well. So actually, this is not yet a tradable setup or a tradable name. No, tong NIM. So for gold, tingnan natin. So spot din natin. Halos, di pala. Gold. Sana ba yung, yan, Barrick. Barrick Gold. So, also not a tradable setup, no, in our community. So, we wait for a downtrend line breakout muna. So, karamihan yan, most likely, ganun din yung setups. So, tingnan nyo na lang. But so far, if you're gonna trade gold or maghahanap ka ng proxy trade for gold, so instead of trading gold, mismong eto na, yung GLD, yung bibilin mo. Yung Spider Gold Trust. No? So, yun. So far, ano pa ba mga nalilimutan natin? Okay, so stocks in play, no? Wait lang So stocks in play. Ay, hindi pala. Market groups. Let's look for interesting market groups. So yesterday, tignan natin yung daily changes. So yesterday, top gainer is blockchain. Next is, ba't ganun? Ba't 75% down to? Itong transpo natin. Double check ko to Baka may duplicate to. But anyway, blockchain, semicon names are strong yesterday, same with IPO names. And tong K-Web natin. K-Web and China equities are strong yesterday. As well as etong natin, electric vehicles. So transportation and travel tech also up yesterday 1.56%. And tignan din natin yung other market groups. So far, yan yung mga interesting market groups. Renewables, medyo nag-recover yesterday. So, nandyan yung NXT yata. NXT, na-alert ako yesterday. So, NXT. So, NXT, tama ba? Ano ba to? Solar ba to? Yun, solar tracker. Solar tracker siya. So far, this is a tradable setup, no? NXT. So, kahapon na-alert ako yung NXT nag-recover above 20-day SMA. Nag-breakout sa 20-day SMA. So, looking at our Keltner channel and Bollinger Band structure. So, this is a tradable setup. Diba? Antayin na lang natin mag-inflect yung dalawang yun. So, NXT, a tradable setup. So, kailangan na lang nating antayin yung second day above the 20-day SMA. Then, pwede na tayo mag-anticipate for this name. Also, near all-time high. Next tracker. Next tracker is mid-cap name. Mid-cap name. May room for growth pa siya. Let's look at the revenue. So, medyo mababa lang yung revenues niya. Pero, actually, nearing 1 billion level na rin, no? Kulang na ng 300 million. So, tignan natin yung earnings. So, rising earnings. You have your revenues trending upward. So, that's good. Pasok sa criteria natin, sa fundamental criteria natin. So far, this is looking good. Itong NXT. Yun. So, next earnings release is matagal pa. So, yung recent earnings release niya is an earnings gapper. Nag-coil, nag-breakout, nagkaroon ng post-earnings drift for around 5 days, 4 days. And right now, pulling back dito sa 20-day SMA natin and recovering above the 20-day SMA. So actually, this is a tradable setup. NXT natin. So later on, baka mag-tranche na ako for NXT. So lagay ko na siya sa ating stock list. Saan na ba yan? Lagay natin NXT. Actually, yun doon na sa focus list. Lagay na natin dito sa stock. So, something to discuss lang din, no? One of my missed trades this week is JBLA. JBLA is a 20-day SMA pullback setup. So nag-pullback siya sa 20-day SMA after this EP or episodic pivot na catalyst. So I think dahil sa catalyst na sino ba yun? Si Carl Icahn, meron siyang malaking stake dito sa JBLA. Then recently, yung rally na to is driven by the canceled merger of JBLA and Spirit Airlines. So yung pullback na yan, so looking at the 1 hour time frame, no? Looking at the 1 hour time frame. So clean up lang natin, gawin nating basic. So na-miss out ko to, tong retest sa coil. So after this this trend alignment sa 1 hour time frame, so inantay ko muna to eh. So nagpo-pullback sa 20-day SMA, so a classic multi-time frame analysis concept natin and application. Inantay ko muna mag-trend trend alignment, and dapat di ko tinanggal yung bid ko sa 6.8. Isa yun sa mga mistakes ko. Isa yun sa mga errors ko. Parang masyado ako nag-risk off dahil dun sa testimony ni Chair Powell. And as well as yung job openings data. Medyo nag-risk off din ako nun. So, nung nag-breakout, kinancel ko na. Na-cancel ko yung order. Then right now, about to test na rin tong 7.5 level na dapat take profit na ako dyan. So, medyo sayang tong 3.0 reward risk na on JBLA. Yun, anyway, something to lang naman to discuss, no? So, ito yung mga current positions natin. Lenar still on our list. On the 1 hour time frame, pulling back to the 50 SMA. Sa daily time frame, still doing okay. No, medyo nag-resist lang sa 1618 targets natin. Sa 1618 level natin. AMD still doing good. So, muntik na rin ako mapabenta nung Tuesday for AMD. Nung nag-break or nag-open below 200 level. Right now, opening at 212 tong AMD. So, hood, tapos na yung trade natin dyan. Napabenta tayo at around 1588. No? So, may natitira pa naman tayo ng around 2%, 3% ng portfolio natin. And right now, waiting for another setup to enter in hood. So, one of the leaders in the broker or investment broker market group. So, next is Kava. So, recently opened lang din yung Kava. So, all-time high level lang din. All-time high bet din. And IPO play, no? So, this is your IPO base. Nag-breakout. Nag-coil. Then, right now, trying to re-break this all-time high area, no? So, Kava, one of my possessions or recent possessions na binibuild on ko. So, all-time high, IPO, automatic yan sa akin. So, next is Uber. So, Uber looks like nag-pullback siya sa MA20 or 20-day SMA. Also at an all-time high or near all-time high level. IPO play din siya, but more of an IPO accumulation based play. No, medyo matagal na rin since 2019, halos 5 years na rin tong nagko-consolidate. So malaking siya. Accumulation structure. So the bigger the base, the higher in space, 'di ba? For our market cycle concepts din, no. One of our market cycle concepts and setups din actually. So, the bigger the base, mas malaki yung upside niya since malaki or matagal yung accumulation. So, right now, you have your continuation pattern. Nag-anticipate na ako yesterday, no? Nag-anticipate na ako yesterday at around $79. So, nag-buy on the 50% level ako. Then right now, stops ko is slightly below $77. So we shall see on Uber, no. Yung counterpart niya naman is Lyft. So yesterday maganda yung ginawa nung Lyft. So post earnings drift play din siya. So earnings gapper, nag-run up or nagkaroon ng follow through day, then nag-pull back papuntang 20-day SMA. So looks like parang tulad din ng J Blue setup, no? Kung titignan mo sa 1 hour time frame. Parang J Blue setup din. So after the run up or the gapper, pull back sa 20-day SMA, you have this coil, nag-breakout, nag-retest, then right now, accelerating on the upside, towards the upside, tong lift. So wala ko nito actually, hindi ako nabigyan doon sa stop limit order ko sa 17.5. So yun, that's lift. So downtrend line breakout din actually, no? So that's a significant enough setup for lift. So I think si Mike meron na ito. Si Mike. Yun. Anyway, next is TRV. Also an all-time high play, no? So TRV, multi-year base din yung ginawa niya. So since 2022, around Q1 2020, Q2 2022, nagbe-base na siya, no? Nagbe-base na siya. Then nag-breakout sa all-time high level. Then right now producing this coil and pullback sa 20-day SMA. So short-term setup lang din naman siya, short-term swing play, no? Itong TRV. Sell on 230 lang din ako. Sell on 227. So 4:1 reward risk for TRV. So under multi-line insurance etong name na to. So recently, good enough EPS report. So 7.01 yung current EPS niya, higher than the estimated EPS. So Q4 revenues medyo nag-decline, but bottom line na-retain niya yung earnings niya. Which is yung pinaka-critical. Yun yung pinaka-critical. So yun, let's see if this sustains, no? Itong TRV. So earnings gapper din nung na-release yung earnings niya. Nag-coil, nag-breakout, nag-rally, then right now pulling back to the 20-day SMA. So we shall see if we see another run up papuntang 230. So yung 230 is the 1618 target netong base, and in confluence dito sa continuation pattern target natin. So pattern target, accumulation base target, or accumulation trading range target. So 1618 parehas. So that's TRV. So I think all prep na tayo, no? For me, to conclude everything, based on the pre-market heat map, first half of this trading session, I'm expecting bullishness. I'm expecting bullishness. So ano ba yung ano doon? Ano ba yung implication doon? So implication doon, if you're a swing trader and you have a position na dapat nagte-take profit ka na, you can take advantage of that momentum or bullishness sa first half of the trading session. Second half of the trading session, I'm expecting some selling din, no, since may upcoming risk event tomorrow, no? Labor data na NFP and unemployment rate. So significant market news or economic data release. So ang gusto natin for tomorrow's trading session, syempre sadly, no, higher unemployment rate. So pag mag-increase yung unemployment rate, that's gonna be dovish. Most likely Fed will react, no? The Fed will react na putya, tumataas na yung unemployment rate. Hindi na natin pwedeng hayaan na masyado nang mataas yung interest rates, yung Fed funds rate. So baka mag-cut sila biglaan. pwede namang i-announce nila yun anytime eh. Actually, kahit Sunday, pwede na i-announce yun, yung rate cuts nila eh. And yung kung paano sila maging aggressive on cutting rates. So once that happens, baka mag-rally yung markets, no? Multiple tailwinds, no? Pwedeng you have your rate cuts or impending rate cuts. You have your liquidity or liquidity injections. So at the same time, you also have liquidity injections from multiple economies, multiple central banks. So central bank ng China is doing quantitative easing. Same with ECB din nata eh, no? Or papunta pa lang dun yung European Central Bank. Although I think Japan is on a net tightening monetary policy. So we shall see. But China, US, if mag-stimulate sila parehas, pwede mag to the moon yung mga risk assets natin. Yun, tignan natin. But bottom line, syempre, trading session lang din yung titingnan natin right now. Yung trading session right now yung babanatan natin. So, since you are seeing a positive pre-market session, so if you're gonna trade an orb play in the T triple Qs, so leading toward a long bias, no? So, go long on T triple Q and stay away from S triple Q. So, sa atin naman, no, on our day trading orb plays, yung T triple Q and S triple Q lang naman yung tinitrade natin. So, actually, hindi pa ata ako nakapaggawa ng session for that. No? Hindi pa tayo nakagawa ng session for that. But, ayun, later on, pag may significant enough data na tayo on the trades, I think dapat i-introduce ko na sa inyo yan. But medyo complex na ano siya, na hindi naman complex, but more of, paano ba? Since involving day trading siya, kailangan mas alert ka on your risk management. Yun lang yung masasabi ko. Yun. Anyway, so far my action is to possibly add on winning positions. So, pwedeng add on AMD, pwede ako mag-add on Kava or TRV. So, titingnan natin. Yun. So, that's my daily prep. That's our daily pre-market prep. I hope na may natutunan kayo. If may questions kayo, just shoot your questions. Or may nakikita ba kayo? Borgie, Gerald, Rands.
Add ko lang, Boss Bear. Napag-usapan na ba yung sa inflation rate sa March 12?
Inflation
Currently
rate.
kasi yung sa economic calendar. Currently kasi yung projections for year on year, which is yung titignan ni yung parang baseline, yung titignan talaga na inflation rate. Nasa 3.1, parang flat yung forecast nila eh.
Yung CPI ba yun?
Inflation rate, yan. Inflation rate year on year.
Year on year, yan.
Yan.
Ito yung tinitignan nila ngayon.
So, parang yan yung pinaka-baseline na dapat mag-trend below talaga. Ayun. So far yung forecast niya flat pa rin to 3.1. Teka, Boss Bear.
Yung
Inflation
forecast
rate
niya, forecast.
Yes, yung forecast.
Kaya parang lumalabas na ano, no? Talagang ang rate cut nila is bandang Q4 na, no? Q3, Q4, no?
Kasi so far parang di pa siya mag-go below 3.1. Di ba goal nga nila to? Pero may easing naman. Pero may easing sa, ang tawag doon? Labor market. Yan.
Madaming factors din kasi hindi lang inflation eh. Diba?
So, pwedeng ano siya, pwedeng sell on news or pwedeng mag-sell yung market kapag mag 3.1 or higher pa yung inflation rate na lalabas on March 12.
Yeah, oo, tama.
Observation ko lang.
Nice,
And
nice,
then,
nice.
thanks boss. Tapos for European markets, yung yung China. China index 399 parang 399106 yung ticker code niya. Tre, uh, nag ano siya, bear trap pero downtrend pa rin eh.
To, CSI 1000 natin.
Yan ba yun? Yung titingnan ko kasi parang same lang naman ata.
Oh, halos same lang naman. Oh, nag-produce siya ng bear trap, no? Pero,
Oh, Olats pa rin eh, no?
oh,
And
ang
then
sa akin, tingin ko, ano eh, yung nangyayari sa China right now is like yung 2008 crisis nung sa US.
pwede.
Parang ganun. So, baka mag-create ng lost decade tong China. Or something like that. Tipong 5-year coil or 5-year uh, sideways range, no? Then, parang malilimutan na muna yung China sa picture. Di natin alam, no? Di natin alam. Pero isa yun sa mga current na nakikita natin. Ano pala yun? Sige, go ahead, go ahead.
Lastly, since I mentioned European markets, so far yung DAX index, Germany, sumisipa siya pataas. Okay na, umu-okay si DAX. Pero si UK sideways pa rin, UKX.
Nice. Yeah, oo.
So,
Medyo may discrepancies, no?
Pero although si UK, di ba, nag-Brexit, so technically hindi siya Euro. Technically.
Oo, oo.
Yan lang. Ayun lang. So, setups-wise, same stocks naman titignan natin. Kava, Uber, syempre. Pero mas sigurista play ako, waiting for breakouts.
Yeah, oo. Ang daming nag-e-emerge na setups, no? So, take advantage nyo yung BTP 50 na index natin. So, pwede nyo yung tignan. You can look for setups. Pwede rin you can use our Finviz scans, no? So, punta ka sa Finviz, may access naman kayo dyan. You have the credentials dito sa natin, sa Finviz Elite natin. So, you can use these screeners, no? Kunyari, ang trip mo is to look for IPO technical plays. You can look for IPO plays na may magandang fundamental. So, nandyan yung on-on or ON. Nawala na pala. Nawala na dito. Coco, nandyan. Maganda rin yan. Yung Coco, Vita Coco. Good fundamentals, good technicals. At the same time, if you want to look for pullback sa SMA 50, nandyan din yung screener natin na BTP Swing Play 2. You can also look for build-ups at reaccumulation structures. Although super daming names, usually ang ginagawa ko is china-chart format ko siya and tinitingnan ko yung chart muna before I go before I drill down dun sa mga sa mga mismong names na may magandang setup. So, ayun.
Yes. Same din. Malaking tulong nga nung presets mo, Boss Bear, kasi parang mas mabilis akong nakaka-scan. So, instead of 3 hours, ganyan, nagiging 2. Kasi parang, kung ano rin naman nung scanners mo, yun na rin yung mga stocks na gusto ko rin i-trade.
Oo.
Very
Ito
helpful.
kunyari yung base hunt, you can use this screener sa Finviz Elite natin. Then, you can look for stocks na nag-create ng bases. For example, AER. Maganda yung base na ginagawa niya. Ano pa ba? So, isa-isayin mo lang. So, kunyari ito, yan, pass, gumagalaw na yan. APG, medyo pass din to, gumagalaw. Biotech name. So, kailangan lang may framework ka, no, on how to look at setups or how to look for setups pala, no, na gusto mo talaga.
Agree, boss.
Ito, mukhang maganda to, ESPN. Mukhang cup and handle. So, oo, tama, mukhang cup and handle nga, no. So, accumulation mo, ito yung cup mo, ito yung handle mo. Tapos na yung earnings niya, maganda yung reaction ng market. You have this coil. This is a tradable box setup. ESPN, Aerogels. So, under a good sector din, industrials, no? ESPN. So, lagay natin to dito. Actually, hindi pa ako nakapag-scan kasi ang dami ko ng positions din, no? But if ikaw yung tipong wala pang positions, you can use your Finviz scans.
Or better, yung BTP, yung G-sheets natin.
Oo, nandito na lang yan, no? BTP 50. You can look for setups dito sa top 50 names natin.
Yes. Lalayo ka pa ba?
Oo, yun.
Yun lang for me. Next.
Okay, thank you. Borgie, sige, may questions ba, Gerald? Boss Rands? Medyo pagod na rin, no? Kanina pa tayong nag-work. Okay, I think all goods na tayo, no? So, still, we are on a risk-on state. Kailangan lang to manage your risk, no? As always. 'Di ba? Manage your risk lang as always. So, hindi lang on a per trade basis, but on a portfolio basis as well. So, for example, dito, no? Pakita ko na lang din. So, for example, dito sa portfolio na to, I have 3 positions na newly established with 0.5% risk, another 0.5% risk, and another 0.5% risk. So, a total of 1.5% risk. So, let's say lahat yan, yung tatlong yan, will end at a loss. 'Di ba? Will end at a loss. Negative 1.5 lang yung mawawala sa akin. 'Di ba? Pero if mag-materialize sa mga trades na yan, halos 3 pataas yung reward risk niyan. So, let's say yung tatlong setups na yan or tatlong plays na yan will materialize. 1.5% lalabas per position yung magmamaterialize sa trade na to. So, 1.5, another 1.5, so 3%, and then another 1.5. So, syempre, hindi pa naman yan nangyayari, but yung main idea is protected yung downside. So, I think all na-discuss ko naman na yan sa inyong tatlo, no? Sa lahat din ng mga kanood sa community natin. So, that's it. I think we're all good. So far, wala nang questions, guys. So, this pre-market, ayun, nagwo-work yung AMD play ko. Ito yung next concentrated play ko or targeted concentrated play ko, AMD. Tapos na ako sa hood. Next is AMD. So, 23% na siya ng port. Naka 3 tranches na ako. My next tranche will most likely be if it sustains above the 213 area. So, yun yung next objective ko for AMD. Yun. So, that's it. I hope na may natutunan kayo, no, everyone. Sige, may soundboard pa tayo, Yan, lagay tayo ng air horn. Yun, so, kita-kits ulit tomorrow, no? Tomorrow, available naman ako to do another pre-market prep. And most likely, baka debrief na rin yun. Debrief. No? So, kita-kits tomorrow. Thank you, Borgie. Thank you, Gerald. And Boss Rans.
Thank you, Boss Bear.
Yun. Thank you. God bless and good night. Okay, so that ends our pre-market prep, no? So, tapos na yung ating pre-market prep. So, sa lahat ng makakapanood nito in our YouTube channel, so please like and subscribe sa mga nagustuhan tong video na to. And ayun, kita-kits ulit tomorrow and most likely or most probably sa next weekly debrief natin and weekly market scan natin. Yun, so ingat kayo, God bless and good night.